Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. Enjoy personalized comfort for better sleep night after night. It's the final days of our Black Friday sale. Recharge this season with a bundle of cozy, soothing comfort. Now only $17.99 for our C2 mattress and base, plus free premium delivery. Prices higher in Alaska and Hawaii. Check it out at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com today.
We all know those GLP-1 injections work wonders, but that price tag almost gave me a heart attack when my insurance denied coverage. I was staring at a choice between paying my mortgage or paying for weight loss. Talk about a rock and a hard place. Then I found Elevate Health compounded semaglutide at just $58 with payment plans that don't require a second mortgage. Same medication, same results, but a price that real folks can actually afford. Visit joinelevate.com today. That's JOINELEVATE.com. Your wallet will be as happy as your waistline. This medication is not FDA approved.
Are you scouring the web for the best Black Friday and Cyber Monday deals? Stop it. Get Rakuten. Rakuten is a shopping sidekick that gets you cash back on gifts for everyone on your list. Right now, you can get up to 15% cash back at the stores you love. You can even stack cash back on top of the biggest sales of the year. That's savings on savings. It's more time shopping and less time searching. With Rakuten, you're always saving at your favorite stores on the things you're already buying. Cashback is automatically added to your account as you shop, and you get paid with gift cards, PayPal, or check. Or eligible American Express card members can even choose to earn membership reward points instead of cashback. It's truly a no-brainer. Now's the time to join. Up to 15% cashback ends on 12/2. Plus, new members will receive a welcome bonus after minimum qualifying purchases. Just go to Rakuten.com, download the app, or install the browser extension. That's RAKUTEN. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome back to the King of Hearts podcast by me, Chiara King. Today we're talking intimacy. Intimacy, sex, love, and sex o'clock as well. Which I didn't know what sex o'clock was until today. So I am excited to bring on an intimacy coach, which is very sexy. She's lovely. Her name's Victoria. And she's going to be talking to us about love, being a successful woman, what that's like in relationships, but also sex and maintaining your sex life in maybe a long-term relationship if it's not so sexy anymore. How do we zhuzh that up a little bit? So let's get right into it.
If you love me, let me fly away. Maybe I'll come back to you. Maybe I won't.
So on today's episode, we are going to be having a very special guest. Her name is Victoria, and you are an intimacy coach, right?
An intimacy coach. In my previous life, I CMO and professional.
Wow.
And having this transition from a business professional life and empathizing with women who juggle and have it all, because it is tough.
And sometimes you can't have it all. So we're going to be delving very deep into what it's like being a successful woman in the dating scene, but also the challenges we face as women in today's society, in today's world, where dating is really difficult and nothing's ever good enough and no one's ever good enough and the grass is always greener on the other side. I'd love to hear your take, as you are a professional in intimacy and dating. I just would like to know, why do we struggle nowadays in finding the one or finding that perfect person? Why do we find, or at least I find, just being in lots of short-term relationships and then getting really bored? Or at least I find that with my friends. You know, we all date and then we're just like, oh, I'm bored now. Okay, next.
I think you nailed it. You started with the right approach. It's perfectionism. We have these perfect pictures of how a relationship should look, how it should sound, how it should feel. And if you think where we take these pictures, it's from movies, films, fairy tales, childhood stories.
Yeah.
And then when we look around at our parents and friends, we don't see those examples. We don't see real examples of safe, secure, and healthy relationships.
Yeah.
So our even initial guidelines, the star that we are aiming, is absolutely unrealistic. This is what is happening. The perfect image that we have in our head is not realistic.
And do you think social media has a part to do with that, where everything is perfect?
I think social media portrays a perfect relationship. I think influencers are doing an amazing job at showcasing, like yourself, being vulnerable, showing the real emotions, showing when you're weak and disclosing it, but also lots of breakups that are becoming public.
Yeah.
I think it also says, wow, that perfect picture that I saw and I thought was amazing, this relationship was like my dream.
Yeah.
Now I see all the cracks.
It's very good to it's very easy to pretend on social media. It's very easy to just paint a highlight, but the problem with that is that everyone believes that that's true. Even myself, you know, I'll look on social media and I'll see other couples online and I'll be like, wow, what do they have that I don't? Oh, she's going on a private jet or she's going on a boat and I'm not. Why? Why is that? Do you know what I mean? But what we don't realize is maybe that girl on a boat is really sad in her relationship. I mean, God forbid she isn't, but like the reality of the situation is the more that you, at least I found it in my experience, the more I've tried to show that I'm happy online is the more I'm trying to overcompensate for the fact that I'm not.
And I think it's also the demand, what your community wants to see. I think you are quite unique because you were vulnerable for many years and people love that vulnerability. It attracts.
Yeah. But also I get hate as well for being vulnerable because when you are vulnerable, people feel that they are entitled to comment. So that's also really hard and that actually affects my relationships too.
Maybe your vulnerability triggers their trauma, triggers something in them that they don't allow, they don't want to show to the world, they don't want to show even to themselves. And another thing that I saw in my personal journey, but also with people I work, is that realizing that you are building a lot of relationships from your trauma. And this is what social media likes calling toxic relationships, right? Like it's not real you. It's a small Chiara and Victoria in our teens, we were hurt. And we created this trauma, like small personalities that can be annoying and needy, mega jealous. But it's not real us. If we create and find the right man who allows us to be healthy and secure, the real person emerges. And I think you talk quite a lot about this, about being toxic in some relationship and realizing that, in fact, it's not real you.
Yeah, and it's not real love either. It's just attachment.
Yeah.
And you disguise that attachment for love. But, for example, how do you find dating? Because obviously I can say I am a successful woman. Like I don't want to be sitting here and bragging like, yeah, I'm not successful. I am successful in my own right. I'm 25. Like, you know, I've built, you know, my social media following and, you know, I'm doing so much with work. I found it slightly difficult with dating just because men, especially even like successful men, find it difficult to date successful men. They like to date maybe weaker women because they want to feel number one. You know, what would you say on that?
So I like to look at it from the perspective of different parts. You are very successful and there is a part of Chiara, a personality inside of you, an identity that makes you who you are. Beautiful, cheerful, energetic, playful, flirtatious, very wise for your age. So this attracts people and this attracts your audience. But there is another sub-personality that's called, I don't want to say feminine or male energy, let's call it erotic, Chiara. And this is a person who's flirtatious, playful, maybe not so serious, maybe not so focused on doing and achieving, more focused on being. So what I see when I work with professional women, so the majority of them, they live in that professional, successful personality. And
more masculine.
It is, you can call it more masculine. It's bold, it's decisive. They normally have a checklist. They have a list of qualities that they want. They know their needs. They are articulate. They know
I have
how
a checklist.
Okay, let's
what
do
I want. Yeah.
I don't say it's bad to have a checklist. What I'm saying, you don't want a date to become So what are your career aspirations? Oh, tell me more about your childhood.
Yeah, it's like an interview.
You don't want that. You want to have a flow. You want to have a little bit of flirtatious energy, a little bit of playfulness. You want to see how it feels to be with that man. And during this process, you will collect all the information. You will feel like, oh, is he successful? Is he driven? Is it my vibes? But with professional women's, I think we spend so much time honing our skills, right? Learning how to communicate, how to present ourselves, how to edit, how to do new podcasts, or jumping into new skills, or upgrading your work. But if I ask you, like, how much time have you invested in your erotic, feminine side?
Not that much. Especially like, the last year, 2 years, I definitely haven't, like, say, self-care. I don't spend that much time feeling or being actually in the present moment. And I think a lot of that femininity and that, playfulness comes in the present moment. And I can't be in the present moment because I'm always in my head or always focused on the next thing.
You nailed it. Business, or you can call it masculine energy, it's all about doing. It's action, it's planning, it's thinking, and feminine energy is about being. I don't want to, like, there are women who decide to embrace more the erotic and feminine side, so they don't work.
Yeah, so that does not like affect like you, because I don't want to get to a stage where, like, for example, you're a woman and you're successful and you're working. What happens if you want to have that perfect relationship and have that romance and be in your feminine, but you also want to, keep your career and keep that going as well? Like, I don't want to have to sacrifice my career for a man. Do you know what I mean? Because, I've been hurt in the past, and I'm sure a lot of women can agree, like, that my career is going to be there for me longer than that man is, So
it's definitely about, like, what brings you more joy and your needs. And I do think you can have both.
You can.
What I saw that is working is when women start actively thinking about their feminine erotic sides and nurturing it. And it can start from a simple of, oh, I feel I'm tired. I just need to relax. This is very, very nurturing for you.
Yeah, and we don't listen to our bodies. Yeah, I don't. When I say, like, I'm tired, like,
you keep going because you're like, I'm honestly, a superwoman, right?
Yeah, I can conquer the world, but then I'm not listening to myself, and then I get burnt out. I get burnt out quite a lot, actually. I'm about to go on like a wellness retreat because I'm so burnt out that I'm not happy anymore. And that's really bad. I annoy myself so much because I'm like, how did you get to this point, Chiara, that you're running at -10? You're not even positive number. You're not like 100. That's 100. That's the top. I'm working at minus now. Like, I'm in the reserves, and I can't do that forever. I want to be able to work and be happy at the same time. But I find with social media, or like working in a corporate environment, for example, if you have like a very busy job, you work in finance from like 6 a.m. till 1 in the morning. How can you not burn out?
I do believe that healthy boundaries exist not only in relationship, but also it's with yourself and your work.
Yeah,
right? Like,
I don't have that at all.
And for me, it's like, do you really know your value and your worth to believe that it's enough for you to deliver value in 40 hours? You don't need 100 hours a week to deliver value. And even today, I had an example on one project when I really got pushed for some deliverables, and I said, look, that will not happen, and it's okay. It's okay to say no to things. I also think when you start working less, you will prioritize, you will value your time much more. So as an example, in my life, I have healthy boundaries. I don't work after 6. So there is no way I will work after 6.
What do? You just do?
I just stop.
You just chill?
Yeah, I stop and I have my time.
What a life, honestly. Yeah. I love that.
But why? Because imagine I work till 8. My partner comes at home and I'm all wired. I'm all on decisions. I'm writing email. I hear or I have something. So what kind of interactions will we have?
Not
So-
good.
And it's either he needs to make an effort to connect with me or I need to make. So if I have time to go to the gym, I recently discovered that cooking, it's quite, I cook as a method to distress rather
Wow.
than, it's amazing.
See, I hate cooking. So maybe, I mean, I've just bought a flat. So I'm like renovating that right now. I'm going to have a kitchen and everything. Maybe I need to get into cooking as like therapy.
Yeah, or try variety as a spice of life. Let me maybe share with you different activities that pull you back to your feminine. Doing your hair and makeup mindfully.
Love
Not
that.
like,
Yeah,
but
not on a
just-
TikTok.
no. Just being present and enjoying the process, enjoying trying new products or buying clothes and trying them, dancing, journaling, just enjoying the view of the trees, going for a walk with no objective. This is all about being. And then you can add on top of it a lot of sexual activities that you can do on your own in order to connect even more to your body. And sadly, we don't do it. I even see books. There are books who will stimulate you mentally, but there are a lot of books that will connect you more spiritually or will give you some intimacy or sexual tips that will also bring you closer to your body rather than being in the mind and planning your next campaign or things.
Yeah, I used to read a lot of like self-help books of like goals and like how to get where you want to be, you know? And I just found that when I was reading those books, I was so stressed because I was like, oh my God, I'm not doing any of this. Like I should be doing all of that. Like reading those books really like stressed me out. Even some mindfulness books stress me out a little bit because I'm
they're like, you have to meditate 2
Yeah.
hours. Like, are you meditating?
yeah,
No.
yeah. And then I feel bad. But yeah, I completely agree. I think like my relationships definitely suffer when I'm more in my head.
We're just going to take a pause there and we'll be back after this break.
Also dating, I think, especially in like big cities, for example. Why is it so difficult?
So you have availability of partners. The range is so wide. People live in their heads. They are time poor. The decisions are made like this. And as soon as we find anything that is not aligned with our checklist, we move on.
But what if they align with all the parts of the checklist, but that feeling isn't there?
Oh, this is a difficult one.
Yeah.
I think
They can be the perfect person. They can be the perfect partner. They can be everything you've always wanted them to be.
yeah.
But what if that raw emotion just isn't there?
So I think we connect with the person emotionally is the most difficult to connect. Like if you think we're having this discussion, we're connected intellectually. You can find a lot of people with whom you'll connect intellectually. Let's talk about more physical world. Like you can find lots of men with whom you'll say, oh wow, that was good sex, right?
Yeah.
Or you can find people with whom you can travel and enjoy your life. But emotional pull is what makes the connection so special, right?
That's love.
Yeah. Call it love. At the beginning it's passion, then it becomes karma love. And this is also the transition that lots of people don't understand.
What is that transition?
So on a physiological level, when we meet, we have so many hormones. Passion, novelty, uncertainty. You don't know the person. Anxiety. You also have this thrill, right? And in a sexual activity, it shows as spontaneous desire. So if you think about the partner, the first 3 months, you just want them in any shape and form. Kissing, hugging, it's so easy. It's so natural. So what is happening afterwards? Hormones, your body is like, oh, I know this person. Things are becoming more known and available. It's becoming stable. And this is where people say, oh,
goodbye.
It's boring.
Next.
And on the hormonal level, 75% of women have responsive desire. What it means that we are not like men who wake up and they think about intimacy, they want sex, they desire, they want to pursue it. Women need some sexual activity to happen to them.
Yeah.
And then the desire kicks in.
Yeah,
So
I always found that. Yeah, like in the morning, I couldn't even think about like having sex. Like for me, I would just like, I don't know, I'm so tired in the morning. The last thing I want to do is exercise. And that is literally a form of exercise. And I just like can't. Whereas they just want to. And I can't. I just like, I'm not into it at all. I'm like, get away from me. What do I do?
Give it a go.
I do. And it's like,
Just
okay,
give it a
it's
go.
fine now. But then I have to do it again tomorrow.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like a chore. You're just like, oh.
So let's generalize, because normally all the science is very generalized. So on average, a woman feels desire during ovulation and before period.
That's it.
These are normally
Like twice a month.
These are normally when you wake up and you're like, oh, I really feel like this. And if you're tracking your period, you can even look at it. If what is the correlation for you? But this is when you're like, I really want it. And this is where your hormones and more spontaneous desire kicks in.
Yeah.
Normally, women, particularly in long-term, stable, secure relationships, they have responsive desire. So desire comes as a response to some sexy things. And what is the most interesting, that there is a boring model that I will try to explain. So you have sexual activity, then your body feels aroused, and then your mind feels desire. So then if you say no at the sexual activity, you say, no, don't kiss me. I'm like, oh, man, look at me. I don't look, no.
Yeah.
You just cut the whole flow.
Oh, so you should continue even though you're not in the mood.
The mood will come. And the myth about you are not in the mood is the biggest myth that comes from the model from the 70s that was done for men. And this is the biggest frustration, and a lot of messages that you will hear in social media is like, why our understanding, our mass market understanding of sexuality is based on male sexuality and not female.
Okay. Yeah, because I thought like, you know, I hear my friends all the time and they're like, yeah, me and my boyfriend, we have sex like every day. And I'm like,
yeah, I do think sex every day, this is the way to do it. I can tell you how I solved it with my partner when we moved in together.
yeah.
Our first year we were dating. When you go on a date, you kind of expect that it will happen, right? Or you know, it might happen. You have this anticipation. But when you start living together, it's different. Like every day you see him in different
lights, you know, in the toilet, in the
I
shower.
know, and
just like,
sometimes it's just not.
ugly, you know?
But real life is ugly, isn't perfect.
I know, it's true. It's true.
So I'll tell you what we invented. We invented sex o'clock.
Sex o'clock.
Sex o'clock.
Wow, I need to know about this.
Everyone wants to. So 9 p.m. it's our sex o'clock. From 9 to 10 is our time when we are meant to connect physically, but it doesn't mean that it have to lead us to anything. It can be hugging, being naked in bed, kissing, giving massages to each other, just being present. But this is time where every day we're meant to be there for each other.
But what if he's giving you a massage and you don't want to have sex with him?
Oh.
What if he's like tries to like, you know, because I'm sure you've had that as a woman, you know, when they're like prodding you and you're just like, oh no. And you just kind of like, oh, I'll do it.
Oh, sometimes
like,
I feel,
you know, you're just like, fuck off. Like, you're just like, please don't go near me.
I always compare that emotion to the emotion that I feel 15 or 20 minutes after. And I recall, it's like, oh, remember 15 minutes ago, you're like, oh, I'll better read a book, or I want to go to bed, or I want to put my mask on my face, and you are here. I always remember how that feels. And that feels quite, you know, this voice is a little bit like needy, you know, and how it feels if I engage in a sexual activity, if I engage with him, just being present in your body, you will feel how your emotions and passion and excitement and thrill,
it grows.
It grows. And you're just like, I want that man.
Yeah, it's true. Once you are like, I guess, in the act, you're like, oh, why was I like complaining before?
Why was it?
But why is that? What is it about us women that why does it grow later? Because I don't want to have that feeling. I want like when he comes near me, I want to be like, yeah.
Oh, electric. You're like, oh my God, I'm
yeah.
This is how physiology works. And maybe the best analogy I have for you is like going to gym. And you have, sometimes you go to the,
True.
and you really love it. And you're like, oh my God, it's amazing. And sometimes you're like, no way.
Yeah. I mean, I personally hate the gym, so
Yeah,
I need to
maybe
get
not a good one for you. But
yeah.
what I feel like, if you think from the evolution perspective, why it was done this way. Sorry for my theory here.
No, it's good.
Male
It's like really
were
educational.
meant to procreate and create as many babies as possible.
I'd love to be a man then. I'd love
And
to be a man.
woman
Just always
was meant
on it.
just to nurture one baby. So as a woman, and why you want sex in ovulation?
To make a baby.
That is. But we are not living anymore we do it for pleasure.
I feel like there's a lot of expectation on us though to always be ready when they want. And like, what if we don't want to, or do we just have to? I don't know.
I feel like expectations you are shaping in your relationship, right? And you can shape it in any form and narrative. You can shape your expectation as, if you give me the pleasure, sensations, stimulation, and things, foreplay that I love, I'll be ready. Yeah, so I don't want to see a woman as always ready meal, like, oh, you just pop in, it's a prat. No, I think we are more like a Michelin star restaurant. You know, you need to book us, you need to be attentive, you need to make lots of preparations to get to that dessert.
That's true.
I would love to think this way. And I find that why it also breaks this process of women having responsive desire is that people don't communicate, right? A partner might approach a woman and woman will be like, oh, I'm not sure. But if people can communicate and have the information, you can say, darling, you know your desire is responsive. You know, if you just give me 5 minutes of kissing, you'll be on fire. Let me show you how passionate you can become in 5 minutes.
Okay.
Only this discussion will just change the whole narrative and the whole scene.
Yeah.
But first of all, men expect that women have spontaneous desire. That is not true. As soon as they are a little bit rejected, they also feel ego kicks in and they're like, oh my God, she rejected me.
Yeah.
And communication is not happening.
Yeah.
Communication in general is not happening in relationship. But when we talk about sex, it all becomes very vulnerable and frightening for people.
Yeah, it is. Because it's when you're the most vulnerable. Sex is the most vulnerable act in a relationship. If you're not like communicating and telling each other how you feel, it's really difficult to connect. But you were saying you have your sex o'clock at 9.
Sex o'clock at 9, yes.
So it's just an hour every day.
It's an hour every day.
And do you think it's beneficial for a relationship? Do you think we should all be doing sex o'clock?
So scheduling intimacy, I know it sounds
Yeah,
boring.
it sounds really like, oh God. Okay.
But at the beginning of a relationship, did you schedule your dates? Did you plan your dates?
Yeah, but some dates are spontaneous.
Okay,
you know?
so you're good. Are you now planning with your boyfriend your trips and
Yeah.
your connections? Yeah. How do you feel when you know that there is a trip coming, and you have the?
Oh, true. Excited. Yeah.
You feel excited. What else?
Just like happy, I guess.
Oh, look at your face. And you're right, because your hormones, your mind doesn't know what is happening or what you're thinking. So your mind is like, oh my God, I'm with him and we're hugging and we're doing these things and we are meeting somewhere exciting and we have the novelty. So this is the same with the intimacy. So,
Okay. But then if you're seeing each other, it's not like a holiday every day.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like every day looking forward to a holiday. But I guess it is, if you love someone, you'd be excited every day to spend that time with them.
Yeah, and second, also question apart from scheduling intimacy, a couple can ask, what is sex worth wanting? It's like, did you manage to communicate your needs to your partner and build the intimacy that is so exciting that you really want it?
Yeah, I think there's also a taboo around sex toys. Like I feel like men feel a little bit intimidated by them because they're like, oh, maybe they're doing a better job than me. Like, how can you explain to a man in a nice way that it's actually better for the whole experience without bruising their ego?
Yeah, I think I would start with stats and scientific facts, right? Like 80% of women don't experience orgasm from penetration.
That's crazy. That is crazy. Why?
Because our pleasure center is clitoris and it's located outside. And by the way, women who experience, it's because their clitoris is located very close to vagina. So the activity of in and out
is near enough.
It's enough of a stimulation of all the nerves are on clitoris. So I think when you understand it and understand that, I think it was a research saying that penetration is one of the least pleasurable in terms of orgasm results, activities for women. When you understand that women do need that stimulation and this is what pleasure looks like and this is how pleasure is generated for women, a lot of men will start thinking, oh, wow. So I need to have
another partner.
Hands, tools.
Yeah, I need an accessory.
Yeah. And finally, what a joy to see your woman in pleasure. It's you who gave the pleasure.
Yeah, but they think it's the toy.
I think the toy is just a method. And also, I would also ask a man is like, what do you prefer? Do you prefer your woman to experience more pleasure but using toy? But she's experiencing this pleasure with you.
Yeah, that's true. I think I feel like in the past I've heard it's just like, oh, but if it's not all me, if it's not only me, then I feel like I'm replaceable with the toy.
Oh,
which is not true, you know. Or maybe those men are just insecure, you know.
They are insecure.
Yeah.
I mean,
if you're a confident man and you're secure in yourself, that wouldn't be an issue.
Absolutely. You will say, wow, I have this help. It's like you have a car. You can walk on yours, but you have a car.
Yeah.
There's a device. Someone invented it for you.
Exactly.
You would not say, I want to use it.
That's so true.
The same, the toy. Like, if I were a man, I would just go and buy all the toys. Just try them and see that they are your friends.
They
like
are
the same
friends.
as lubricants, right?
So that's amazing. I love that. I love that reference of like, you know, you can walk or you can drive the car. Like,
you wouldn't say, no, I don't want
why would you struggle walking when you can drive leisurely in a car? That is a very good point.
And I just wish every man just buy a small, inexpensive toy, try it with their woman and see the pleasure they can drive.
Yeah.
Because this is the pleasure that they drive, they give to their woman. And then decide, do they want to keep it without and with or an experiment? Yeah.
Little tip, boys, if you're listening. Anyway, this was such an interesting episode. I actually learned so much from this, especially the feeling like turned on. I thought you should feel turned on immediately. And I was like, why am I not feeling turned on immediately? Am I not attracted to this person? But
I think something is wrong with you.
I feel like,
I don't love him. And this is why you say 6 months, why people break up after 6 months. Because they're like, oh, so before I felt all electric about him. And now I'm like, So they think he's not the one I need next. So if you want that passionate feeling, every 6-9 months, you'll have to find a new boyfriend. That is quite hard. Hard work.
Okay.
Or you need to rethink and understand more your desire and just try engaging into responsive one. I hope you will give it a go. And
thank you for that really nice lesson. I hope you listening have also got that lesson too, and to keeping also a longer term relationship as well.
Exactly.
By realizing you're not wrong and it's not wrong to not want to immediately have sex with your boyfriend or girlfriend.
18% of men also have responsive desire.
Do.
They also need to get engaged and they're getting into the mood. So it's not about having the mood straight away. It's about allowing the process to flow and getting in that mood.
Wow. Well, thank you so much. I've learned so much. And I'll see you guys next week on the King of Hearts podcast. See you then. Bye.
Maybe I won't.